to the DT Mommy channel, where we chat all things baby and mommy related. In today's video, we'll be chatting about how to stop co-sleeping with your toddler and transitioning them into their own bed or own room. Now, I'm talking about something that I'm currently experiencing. I'm going through with my 3-year-old. He just turned 3 in April this year. So I've decided to stop co-sleeping and transition him into his own bed. The reason why I'm doing this is so that it's easier to transition him into his own room when we move into a different space. So that's the main reason. One of the reasons is I just want my own space now. I'm tired of changing my sheets every day because he's peeing or his nappy leaks or whatever the case is. Yeah, I just need my own space. I need my bed to myself. Now, usually my videos are quite structured. I have, point tips. In this video, I'm just going to be chatting through some points that I've researched online, things that I'm actually practicing myself. There are a few points that I've highlighted that I am following, but if you guys have tips, please do help a mommy out and comment below. Let me know what I can be doing or what I should stop doing. I will be mentioning some things that I am currently practicing. Alright, so first and foremost, you want to make sure that you find the right time to do the transitioning. So for me, now is the right time because my son speaks more and understands more. So it's easier to kind of communicate it to him that it's time for you to sleep in your bed. You're going to sleep in Xolani's bed and mommy's going to sleep in mommy's bed. So if I had started this when he was 2, it would not have worked the way it is right now because he wasn't, as understanding. I feel like now the communication is much better. So I think that helps out a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. There are parents who do transition early. Actually, when I was researching, I found that there are some couples who transition their babies when they're 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. So for me, thinking about it, my son was already sleeping in the crib, in his crib around those ages. And then at around 1 year old, maybe 1 year old, probably at 1 year old, that's when he wanted to start sleeping in my bed more. And from there, we've had a contract that he sleeps with me. So now I've had enough. It's time. I need my space and he needs his. Okay, so I know that there are couples out there, which makes sense. If I think if I was sharing my bed with my partner, I would have transitioned my son way sooner. Because you do need your privacy, guys. You don't want to have the child in your space like that. So it makes sense when there are couples out there who transition their babies sooner into their own bed, into their own room, if you do have the space. This might not be possible depending on the circumstances that you're living in. Some of us live with families, some of us live in one room, some in 2 rooms, and the other room is for guests or for a family member, or not everyone has the room to transition out of the same bedroom. So I understand that our circumstances are different, but then again, as your child grows, they need to have their own privacy, let alone you having your own privacy. Okay, so let's move on. And I did mention my videos are usually structured, but in this video I'm just going with it. Okay, set the stage for your sweetie. I feel like setting up a great sleeping space for them is key. You want them to like the place that they're going to be sleeping in. You want them to feel comfortable and to look at, ooh, this is my bed, wow, or this is my room. So you want to make sure you decorate it accordingly, make it look comfortable and relaxed and befitting for them, and welcoming for them to like a new experience, a new move-in spot for them. So keep that in mind. Now, something very important is you need to pick a plan that you're going to follow and be consistent, because these toddlers are tricky, or these kids are tricky. They'll make you feel guilty. Like just last night, my son was, you know, mommy, I want to sleep in mommy bed type of, and I'm like, oh no. No, but I can't, let him get his way every time. So sometimes I let him sleep with me till he falls asleep and puts him back into the cot. Maybe that's wrong of me to do. I don't know. Let me know. Because now he starts asking to sleep in my bed a bit for a few minutes before going into his bed, which I don't want. I want him to know that that's your bed, that's where you go to sleep. So maybe that's something I should be mindful of and cut out. Yeah, being consistent is important. Every day, we don't skip weeks, we don't skip days. So I am in week 2. I'm officially saying it's week 2. I am in week 2 and we've been pushing this every day. So even in the weekends. In the weekends, it's a little bit different because I allow him to go into the cot, or not cot, sorry, the crib or the bed. So the type of bed I have, or the type of crib I have for him is the wooden ones. It matches my wooden headboard actually. When you remove the sides, it becomes a toddler bed. I haven't removed the sides yet because my son sleeps like a ninja, so he might fall off on the sides until he gets used to the space. I've just dropped the one side and kept the other side next to the wall. So yeah, please do check your bedtime routine. So I've had to look at the time we sleep, how to go about it, because you need to prepare your child for bedtime. Now for us, it differs. It might be late because I think we sleep at around 10 p.m. or so. Like I try not to force him to go to bed when he's not ready, because then he's cranky the whole night. So I let him stay up with me. And then when it's bedtime, it's bedtime. I do, though, want him to be like other kids who sleep at 8 o'clock so that mommy can have time to herself completely. So if it was a long day at school, those days do happen. I give him his milk because he has one bottle of milk at the end of the day because I still want him to have some calcium. But milk as in formula is what I give him. If it was a long day at school, he'll go to sleep immediately, and for the whole night, through the whole night. So those days are different, but I try not to force him to go to bed. I find it if he's not tired, he's not tired. I know that it's detrimental because he has to wake up early sometimes for school, or it depends. It really depends. For now, it works for us. But then again, your own bedtime routine works for you and your child. I'm adjusting, guys. I'm adjusting. Okay, so make your child feel involved and give him some control. Now, I agree with this because, like I discussed with him, when it's time to go to bed, I give him a massage. He loves massages and they relax him and he falls asleep better that way. And when I'm changing him into his pajamas, I ask him, which pajamas would you like to sleep in, or do you want your socks on, socks off? Because sometimes he likes his socks on, especially when it's kind of cold. During winter, he liked his socks on, and he would wake up in the middle of the night if his socks are off because it's quite cold. Even though he has all those blankets, it's just he's used to it. But now that it's become warmer, he doesn't want to sleep with socks on. So giving him some control, giving your toddler some control or your child some control, letting them decide, which Teddy do you want to sleep with? Do you want to sleep with Barney? Do you want to sleep with Mr. Teddy? In your bed today, or both, just to make him feel comfortable and looking forward to the experience of sleeping in the bed. So that's basically what I've been doing. Please guys, share the tips. I need them all. Talk to your child about what it means to have their own room and own bed. Now, I think this would resonate more for mommies or parents out there who have older kids that you can have a conversation with and kind of explain the importance of privacy or comfort. So my thought at the moment, not so much like privacy. I've actually started making him make sure he's knocking at the door, especially when I'm in the bathroom, or no, you know, understanding that the door is closed right now, I'm in the shower. But, you know, having a full-on conversation about privacy or about having your own room and the responsibilities around that, I think that would be for when he's a bit older. So that could work for the mommies out there that have older kids. Sit with your child at first as they fall asleep, and then slowly move away. Now, this is a trick that I think all parents in the world know about. Even as a Bluey, we watch Bluey. I love Bluey also. Bluey's parents do that too, especially dad. He does that. Let them sleep and he, you know, unyonyoba out by himself. How do you say that? He creeps out, sneaks out. So yeah, you want to just be there. I massage him, I calm him down, but I don't want him to get used to the idea of I need to sneak away. I have to tell him that, okay, it's sleeping time now, good night, love you, you know, do our thing bit, and then I walk off and he knows that I'm going to my bed, sleeping, like, oh, I'm so tired, and he's like, oh, tired, and then we go to bed like that. So it's like a half and half, where yes, you want to slowly move away, but at the same time I don't want to feel like I'm tricking him, because he's the type where he's like looking now if I'm moving away or not, and I don't want that. I want him to understand that yes, eventually I am going to move away because I'm tired and I want to go to sleep. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. So here it says, set up a chair next to their bed and try using touch and voice to settle them to sleep in their bed at the start of naps and bedtime. Now that makes sense. Yeah, for me it would be that massage, or just talking to him. Okay, good night guys, good night Teddy, give kisses. Good night Baba, you know, just talking to him and calming him. You know, you're such a big boy, going to sleep, I'll see you tomorrow, we'll speak tomorrow. Just kind of that discussion. And using a nice calm voice just to calm him down. Yeah, I think that does work. It just depends also. I think being patient is very important, because you know at the end of the day you're tired and it's bedtime, and now you have to convince someone to go to sleep. So it really does need patience, but I think it's worth it for the results that we're trying to look for, right? Well, I hope this video was informative. I hope you also got to get to know me a bit better. This was, you know, usually my videos are quite structured. So this video was a bit more free-flowing, you know, just impromptu, talking about what I'm actually going through. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, mommy, you're doing good, you're doing great, and you're doing the best you can.